Her anger ain't even anger. It's built up hurt. Because women don't just wake up angry. They slowly drown in ignored feelings until that emotion erupts. Like, she told you what she went through in the past, and you put her through it again. She defended you against every person that talked down on you. You proved them right. She rooted for you and told the world how she loved you, and you made her look like a fool because of it. But now she's the bad guy because she's not such a nice girl that you took for granted. The audacity. And I'm aware that anger can be destructive, but sometimes that's the last language left after her kindness got taken for weakness. And it's funny how all of a sudden you want to be so anti-destructive after doing all of these things that would eventually destroy her ability to trust you, herself, and anybody else that may want to love her. Like, that girl ruined her mental health to be with you a little longer. Yet you questioning her loyalty because she no longer takes your disrespect with a smile. No, the only thing you should be questioning is your character, because you took a girl that only wanted to love you, and in return you gave her a trauma that she now has to heal from.
I think a woman should ever marry a man that does not have a mind to 100% provide for her. If you sit down and you have a conversation with a man as a woman and he's sitting there, he's bringing up 50-50, I want you to come up with 50, I'm gonna come up with, he's not a masculine man. If I were a woman, I would dismiss any man that came up with a conversation about 50-50 because he's lacking somewhere in terms of his masculinity.
I don't like how there's a lot of men nowadays that think women just masculine as fuck. Like, are women masculine, or do you just not know how to make a woman feel comfortable in her softness? How feminine of a man do you gotta be to let a woman feel dominant over you, bro? Hey, you was a bitch. That's a weak ass mindset to have, my boy. Y'all be having these women in survival mode, and y'all wonder why women don't feel safe around men no more. Femininity don't respond to demands, it respond to energy. Secret, when you a play ass nigga like me, 1KD, the one and only P, you know how to make her feel safe, protected, and understood. She ain't gotta have her guard up 24/7. She can relax, smile different, and move different. So instead of complaining about her masculine energy, be the type of man that makes her forget she even had to use it. Y'all stay fit, P.
Women are not gold diggers, you are just poor, and it's a lot easier to be mad at women than to look in the mirror and realize that you are not at where you want to be in life. The only people who get mad at women for being gold diggers are people that have zero fucking gold. Good looking women can talk to a lot of guys. They can pretty much hit up a guy and say, hey, and the guy will fucking respond. So they're not just going around trying to find super rich guys. That's not how they think. What they are thinking is, hey, I want to find a guy that knows what he's fucking doing with his life. And the truth of the matter is, those guys will probably have more money. Or if they don't have money yet, they'll be at the beginning stages of their journey, and the girl will want to be along for that. I don't think that's a bad thing. If you think that's a bad thing, you're just a lazy piece of shit. If you want to have the best possible relationship with your woman, you can't have her thinking about groceries or splitting fucking rent. You have to focus on providing for her financially, so she can focus on providing for you spiritually. She can take care of your soul. She can make sure that you're mentally good. She can make sure that your life is organized. And she can't do that if she's stressing about the bills.
You going out to eat with your Your girl and her friends cover the bill. I don't want to hear no, you just saying that because you got some money. Nigga, when I ain't had no money, I wasn't going out to eat with no girl. Nigga, I was eating noodles trying to get this shit up. So if your ass get up and put some clothes on and you take your girl out and her friends with you, you better cover that whole goddamn bill. Nigga, you a grown ass man.
You gotta stop calling her a gold digger because she only like men with money. Duh. Who wants somebody broke? If you broke, how you gonna take her on those trips? How you gonna take her on those dates? You can't because you're broke. That's why you arguing with her now. Oh, let me guess. You stand down 90 days, huh? The fuck out of here. Y'all niggas be tripping. Y'all better get it together. She deserve a nigga she can depend on. You know what I'm saying? Somebody she can go to if she needs some help. You niggas be tripping. Y'all better get some money and stop playing. The fuck? There's plenty of men out here with money. Stop wasting her time and let her find somebody like that. Of course she want men with money. Duh. It ain't like she fucking them for the money. The fuck? She deserve to be spoiled. Y'all niggas be tripping, man.
Most men in this room and
Yo. 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2. All right, there we go. I don't know what's going on, but I think I'm back on track. But anyway, yeah, you know, I don't know what's going on, but I think I'm back on track. My bad. Just trying to figure this out. But anyway, you know, another part of this gender war that's being monetized as well is that, you know, when you got men and women apart from each other, you know what I'm saying? Think about it, right? She's going to go buy a house and you're going to go buy an apartment. Or you're going to buy an apartment and she's going to go buy a house. Either or. Instead of you having two people living together, putting their money, pooling their resources and their money together, what you have is now you have two landlords getting paid. You have the banks getting paid off of two people. So whereas two people can be living under one roof, paying off one home loan or paying off one rent or whatever, now you got two separates. And now, you know what I'm saying, is more people paying out into the economy. And as we know, especially when it comes to like just frivolous spending, women do way more spending than men. So if a woman don't have a man in her home telling her, hey, nah, we're not getting this new Range Rover. Nah, you're not gonna buy that new Cadillac. You know what I'm saying? Then, that's more money going into an economy when a woman don't have a man just saying, hey, let's stick to a budget. Telling, or when you look at the job market, there's a reason why all these black women got all these jobs under DEI. You don't hear black men complaining about DEI. Why? Because DEI didn't benefit us. It only benefited the black woman. So now, after they're done with the gender war, separating the black man and the black woman, now, you know what I'm saying? Uh, they can say, you know what, DEI is over with. Y'all on y'all own. Y'all done separated yourself from y'all black man. And we don't even need you no more in the workplace. Why? Because now we went from DEI to AI. So therefore, the men are like, nah, y'all good. We ain't doing no simping. Because y'all said y'all didn't want us. Y'all said y'all didn't need us. So we good. You know what I'm saying? And now you got almost 300,000 black women out of work. But that's how the gender war works. Divide and conquer. Because everybody know all you got to do is take the woman down and everything fall. And that's what happened. But we gonna get back to this video because the thing is, there's consequences. And now people are noticing what's going on. And some
And most online will tell you that all of their life, they have been the last thing to be considered. Everything comes before man. We even got statements like ladies first, happy wife. And even parents teach their sons, let them go first. And so in every step of his life, he's always last. Women get in the club for free. Now we gotta buy bottles at $1,500 a pop so all of the women can drink for free. Remember when I read the text didn't say we were made for y'all. The Bible says she was made for him. And by the way, if you go and look in the Old Testament, whenever a man and woman was married in the Old Testament, a woman stood at the altar and the man walked down the aisle. But now here comes, if you don't believe me, the church is the bride and Jesus is the groom. And the last I saw, the church is here waiting on the groom to come. So if you want us to love you like God loved the church, why are we always doing the waiting? Most
people don't tell women the truth these days. Men get told the truth all the time. Women have no problem telling a man, I don't want an average man. It happens every day on my show. TLC said they don't want no scrubs, and we have no problem telling average men, you ain't crap. But if I just happen to have the nerve to agree with the woman that says she's average.
There's a coldness that you have to accept when you're a man. Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something. I've never heard a woman in my life say, after he got laid off, we got so much closer. You ain't never heard that shit. Every man in this room is a job loss away from losing a woman. You think you know her right now? Lose your job for 3 weeks and you will meet her. I once heard my grandmother say, a broke man is like a broke hand. Can't do nothing with it.
The only reason I support aborting a Black child when it comes to it being male is because when I look at the Black community and the problems in it, it's associated with males and male pathology. When you talk about violence, it's associated with the males. When you talk about the, women being forced upon, it's the males. When you talk about drugs, it's the males. When you talk about the fatherless children, it's the males. Every single problem that is happening in the Black community, you point to the males and then you have the culprit. So for me, I think that not selectively breeding is very irresponsible when you are the only one who has control over who gets to Earth.
Who even needs white supremacy anymore? Who needs mass incarceration when you have black women to do the devil's work from the inside, y'all want to scream about abortion, but nobody wants to talk about the real issues. No marriages, no fathers in the home, no respect for God's commandments. If we actually followed no sex before marriage, we wouldn't even be having this abortion conversation. You want to talk about violence? Let's talk about it. Because the number one killer in our communities, it ain't guns, it ain't drugs, it ain't even police brutality. The number one killer is abortions. And nobody has killed more black babies than the black woman. Abuse, no marriages, no fathers in the home, no respect for God's commandments. If we actually followed no sex before marriage, we wouldn't even be having this abortion conversation. You want to talk about violence? Let's talk about it. Because the number one killer in our communities, it ain't guns, it ain't drugs, it ain't even police brutality. The number one killer is abortions. And nobody has killed more black babies than the black woman. A black child is more likely to be aborted than to be shot by the police, killed by another black man, or even sent to prison. You want to talk about violence? You want to talk about drugs? You want to blame everything on the black man? Cool. But let's be real. 80% of the children is coming up in a single parent household. So you tell me, who's bringing them up? Who's setting these values? Who's teaching them? Because a child learns from the mother before it ever learns from a teacher. So you tell me, who's instilling these broken values into these children? The biggest threat to the black community, it ain't always the police. It ain't always the government. It ain't always white supremacy. It's the black women raising up the next generation with no accountability.
Men actually are more loyal than women because men, like I said, can suffer gracefully. Women can't. Men will be loyal to a society. Men will be loyal to a race. Men will be loyal to their friends. Women can't even get along for 5 minutes amongst themselves. Men will be best friends for 50 years. Men are loyal. We know loyalty completely. We'll go die in a ditch for a flag. You want to talk about loyalty? Men are loyal. Women aren't loyal. Women are, how do I feel today? You can take a woman on a private jet to a mansion in Miami, and she'll tell you how much she loves you. And then the next day when she's mad at you, she will literally say verbatim, you never give me anything. You don't take care of me. They don't even think, they just feel. And what they feel is absolute gospel truth, and it matters more than society, matters more than everything else. Men, women don't.
You monetize gender wars. You make money off of their feelings, off of their emotions. That's what I said. You pander to their feelings and their emotions. And when you do that, you could get anything you want out of them. I mean, it's crazy. Just try it. You can literally try it. You can just go up to like the biggest, ugliest woman and tell her, you're beautiful. You're a goddess. You're a queen. Just tell her all the lies you can and just watch how she'll melt in your hand like butter. Why do you think Dr. Umar raised all that money for a school that never happened? How do you think they feeling right now? Dr. Umar played that Queen Mother Earth, praying African, my sister, Wakanda. He played on their emotions, on their heartstrings. And what happened? Peace. Where the school at? But he understood to prey on their emotions. And when they started looking for the money gone. So now what he doing? Queen Mother Earth. Let me get 500 and we can go on a date with each other because he's already manipulated their mind. So why wouldn't they pay $500 to go on a date with him? And they gonna do it. They gonna do it. Why? Because I keep telling you, it's monetizing a gender war. That's literally all you gotta do is call them queens, tell them they're beautiful, never hold them accountable, and you win. it's the Kevin Samuels of the world that people demonize for telling the truth. It's the Kevin Samuels of the world, the Andrew Tates of the world that actually want to protect. Men who want to protect women understand that sometimes you have to protect them from themselves. And what happened? They get mad. So they say black men don't protect black women, but when we try to protect them, it's get out of our way until we call you. Get out of our way until we need you. But then they say black men don't protect black women. Now we don't protect them the way they want us to. That's usually how it is. And who's going to protect you? I'm not going to put my life on the line anyway for somebody who say they don't want me or they don't need me. And as soon as the man show up with some money or some resources, we broke and dusty anyway. But
Don't fall in love with you. They fall in love with the lifestyle you can give them because they're selfish. They don't love you. They love the fact that you can protect them and provide for them and take care of them and make them laugh and make their problems go away and take them on holidays and buy them handbags. That's what they love about you. And then they sit and think they love you. But if you stop doing those things, both of you will find out very quickly that she never loved you at all. Women.
I know I can't be the only one. I just feel like women might not be for me.
Let me just say that the dating of lesbians, okay, is fucking trash, okay? It is absolutely fucking trash.
It makes me really frustrated and confused when I hear women talking about how they're just done with dating men and they're going to be a lesbian and how their life would be so much better if they could just marry a woman whenever they're fed up with men or a man pissed them off. Because, babe, women can be just as bad as men.
This dang world for being a lesbian is so ghetto. When I say it's so ghetto, like it's ghetto as hell out here.
Hey, listen, I can't be the only lesbian stud, whatever you want to call it, that is actually getting tired of dealing with women. I'm still very much so gay. I just am tired of dealing with women.
I know I can't.
Bro.
yo, that's a whole nother situation. Not the passport lesbians. That's wow. It said get your passport at the end. That's crazy. But they even done messing with them. How fed up do the studs and the lesbians have to be with modern women where they saying we might be done? Hey, and some of them can come on back or some. Hey, some of them lesbians. Hey now. Hey, some of them is cute. Come on over here. Hey, think about it. They not coming with a bunch of kids. And, that box might be pretty yummy. Shoot, it ain't been ran through, beat up, blew out. So, hey, come on over here. You know what I'm saying? So that might not be half bad, but still, it just goes to show that, even the lesbians are done. Even the lesbians are like, nah, we want out. That's some crazy work right there. When they're fed up, when they're done, and they're saying, hey, we might need to look at hollering at these men folk again. That's crazy. But who's just, you can't have two receivers, because that's the thing with even with the lesbians. Like, you can't have two receivers. One gonna give, one gonna receive. But when they both got their hand out, that's what a problem is. So even when the lesbians are saying I'm out, yo, that's crazy. Now, okay, what does Luke say? Okay, Luke says, to be frank, if kids have access to the internet and they see this shit, how do you think? How do you think? What do you think will happen? Because kids are sponges, and monkey see, monkey do. They will be influenced. Okay, I'm sitting kind of back on the computer, so my bad. But yeah, and that's the thing. That's what Snoop Dogg was even. The alphabet community is on Snoop Dogg now because they're putting that stuff in TV shows. They're putting that stuff in movies. Um, it's kind of spooky, but maybe they want the kids to be like that. Maybe they want the kids to be influenced by, you know what I'm saying, the alphabet agenda. Yeah, it is monkey see, monkey do. So just think, kids also, like you say, it's kind of like kids learn through osmosis. So if you see mother and daddy, in a home and they're interacting and they're loving on each other, uh, then yeah, the kids are gonna do what they see, and it's unfortunate, and it's like they want the kids to be influenced because it's still economic. Take the man and a woman apart from each other, and this is where it goes to the Democratic Party and why the Democratic Party love the alphabet community because they spend a lot of money. You know, they can travel. They got more access kids than more money than an actual nuclear family. But something else I wanted to look at. I was just looking online as we're having this conversation.
Initiated it, or that you don't smile as much as you used to, but not notice he stopped putting in effort to give you reasons to. Or he'll notice that you now got these walls built up, but then forget he laid every brick with his disrespect. Or he'll notice that you're now withdrawing your energy, but not notice he drained it first. Ain't it funny how that works? Like a man will swear up and down that a woman changed overnight, not realizing he's been changing her for months. Because in what world does a woman continue to show the utmost respect for a man while he continues to show the utmost audacity in treating her like she's average? That's like overdrafting your bank account, then writing a check for money you know you didn't put in, then playing victim when the check bounces. It's not that the bank changed, you're just committing fraud. And it ain't like he blind, like he can't see what he did. But admitting that would require accountability he's not willing to give. So, fellas, before you tell that girl she's not the same anymore, just keep in mind, neither is the man you pretended to be in the beginning. A man of our marriage is one. What's going on, guys? Derek Jackson here, and today I am joined by my lovely wife, Danae, and we just wanted to address a couple of things. You know, we understand that some of you may have already heard, maybe not, that this chapter of our marriage is one that was preceded by a marriage that I completely failed. And I would say it just started around August, maybe September of last year. But, you know, a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that other stuff. Some of it is true. Some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derek Jackson was involved with other women outside the marriage. And by involved, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex, to sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing. And some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with. But without my wife's knowledge of it and with us having a sexual history, all of it falls under the umbrella of inappropriate, cheating, affair, stepping out, definitely not in alignment with the vows that I took, and definitely not in alignment with the biblical standard of what it means to be faithful, which is the standard that I'm going by now. Now, I'm saying this publicly, not because I'm, married to you guys. First and foremost, I'm accountable to God. Then I have to be accountable to my wife, in which we've already had this conversation. I've already told her literally everything. I've given her basically a roll call list. If I've said hello to a woman in the last 12 years of me knowing her, she knows about it. But now that it's been made so public, it's important that I first off let you guys know I do not stand by those actions. I don't want to encourage anybody to do that. And then secondly, I know that I cannot build a platform preaching certain things, preaching against certain things, and then in my real life live contrary to that for any amount of time or any length of time to any extent and think that I can't be held accountable. The same way that I preach, men and women in this situation need to face consequences of their actions, deserve to be held accountable. Guess what? Derek Jackson's no exemption. He's not exempt from that. I'm also not a victim. Nobody made me do this. She didn't make me or push me to do it. The next person didn't make me. No friend influenced me. It don't matter how I was raised and what trauma, whatever. Look, I made decisions. I made a series of decisions that I got to account for. There's no excuse or justification. I've already made that bet and have had to lie in it. And now we're finally getting on to the other side personally in our own healing, in our own marital oneness. And now this is being made public to you guys. So we're bringing that forth to you guys to let you know where we're at with that. But did you want to say anything?
Yes. So I do want to just add that I agree with what he just said. There is no justification for bringing other women into our marriage on any level. And it was unacceptable. Mm-hmm. And it's not something that I tolerate or that we tolerate moving forward. And when I've been flooded again with messages and these things and about, I need to leave or why haven't I left? And the answer is, when I found out about it, I left. I did not hesitate or waste time to do so. And I stayed gone. No matter how many times he came, I stayed gone and stood firm on, I am not coming back. And I did not come back until I seen a shift and a change in his mentality, in how he carried himself, in how he presented himself, in conversations that we were able to have that we had never been able to have in just 12 years of knowing each other. And when we were able to
program coming out for the ladies. It's called Lunch with the Doctor. It's called Lunch with the Doctor. You make a $500 donation to FDMG Academy, ladies. $500 donation to FDMG Academy, and you get a free lunch with Dr. Umar, restaurant of your choice in the state of Wilmington, Delaware. I said we got a new program called Lunch with Dr. Umar. Private lunch. Ladies, you got to donate $500 to the FDMG Academy, and I will take you to lunch, private lunch, any restaurant you want in the state of Delaware. It's called Lunch with the Doctor, and it costs you $500. You don't pay for the lunch, I pay for the lunch. Any restaurant in the state of Delaware. Oh, yes. Brothers, don't hate. We got to stop hating. Brothers, we got to stop hating. Don't hate, my ninja, because if I ask your wife if she want that luncheon, if I ask your wife if she want that luncheon, if I ask your baby mom, do she want that luncheon with the doctor, we know what she gonna say, ninja. Don't test my intellectual gangster. If I roll up on your girlfriend, your live-in prisoner, you call a girlfriend. If I roll up on your live-in prisoner, your romantic prisoner, you call a girlfriend, who ain't there because she want to be, she there because she got to be. If I roll up on your romantic prisoner, my brother, if I roll up on your romantic prisoner, you call a girlfriend who living with you because she got to, not because she want to. Do she want that lunch date with the doctor? Do your wifey want that lunch date with the doctor? I think we all know the answer to that. Me and you are not the same. I keep telling you that.
Dude is like so far crossing the line. Pandering to people's wives, but that's the hustle. That's literally the hustle. And they say, why black man left the church? He's literally telling you he's pandering to your wife. And it's going to be some dudes' wives that's going to pull up on him. But this is what I mean by the title of tonight's live, monetizing the gender war. And at the end of the day, these guys don't care about the black community. They don't care about the black woman. They don't care about the black family. They care about putting money in their pockets. They care about making sure they're good. Man, them women donated all that money for that school. Where the school at? Where the school at, Doc? Where the school at, Doc? Ain't no school. So what he doing? He pimping himself out for dates? Well, ain't that what some of them preachers do? Democratic Party, Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, all of them, they all understand pander to the black woman, tell her nothing's her fault. She's a queen, goddess, mother of the earth. And they're going to give you what you want. But anyway, that's all I got for tonight. I thank everybody for turning in for chiming in, coming in, being a part of the cool reviews. I got to start doing more of these lives. I don't know what was going on with my mic earlier, but I'm glad y'all stood around. Anybody got any more comments? You can drop some more comments. If not, I'm finna be out. But hey, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, all this simping and ass kissing, that gotta stop. Because it benefits nobody. it don't even it really don't even benefit the woman, because what happens, you know, after her time is up, when the simping is over with, you know, when she aged out, she end up like Tracy Ellis Ross. Let me show y'all what Tracy Ellis Ross. And this my boy right here. Hold on, we're gonna check this out right quick. We're gonna go out.
Simpler time. Now, the video that we're going to go over here today is from the late, great Kevin Samuels. Title of this video, Tracy Ellis Ross, High Value Men Don't Want Happily Single Women. Now, the reason that I want to go over this content is that Kevin was sure the pattern. Come on.
What's going on? What's going on? What is going on? Shout out to the CIA, one love to the FBI. What's going on, kin folks and cousins, nieces and nephews? Yes. Godfather's still here in New York City. And if you've been on Instagram, you understand what's going on. First off, shout out to Godfather. Go ahead and a round of applause. Landed another brand deal today with Saks Fifth Avenue. Details coming soon. Tomorrow I'll be hosting a Killian event here, but long and short of it is I'm about 80% sure that I'm going to be relocating to New York City. Just like all the signs are pointing to Atlanta, all the signs seem to be pointing to New York City, which is a good thing because I love the city. But here's what I need you to do. Hot Lips in the house. Naeem ain't seen you in a minute. Girl, I thought you quit me.
Now, I wanted to show you guys an introduction real quick because he has such an iconic entrance, either between that song or the way he would just so smoothly get on the camera and just start greeting everybody. Now, the hotel that he's actually staying in is the One Hotel, which is right underneath the Brooklyn Bridge up in Dumbo. Every time that he went to New York, he loved staying at that hotel. And a little bit of behind the scenes is that when we went down to Brooklyn to do the content, this is in the beginning of 2022, he was staying at that hotel. He was like, hey man, this is the hotel that I'm gonna be staying at. I took a look at the prices. I was like, nah, I got some shit that was like 70% less the price. You know what I mean? Walking distance away. I'm like, man, that's too rich for my blood. But you know, Kevin was, you know, he was on that bougie stuff. So anyway, let's get into the Tracy Ellis Ross conversation.
For a conversation, and you see the title of the stream, Happily Single, but Still Open to High Value Men. And understand something. When these ladies are talking about they're happily single, women like Tracy Ellis Ross talking about she's happily single but still open, understand something. They aren't talking about being open to the guy who's working first shift down at the plant. They're not talking about being open to the guy who's an entrepreneur. They're talking about two straight up high value men, especially at her age of 47. For those of you who don't know who Tracy Ellis Ross is, Tracy Ellis Ross, shout out to T.O. What's going on, Bam? Hey, congratulations. Appreciate it. I think I'm going to have to come up with his own. Between him and Ike, man, I'm going to have to come up with his own song. Ike got a song, Theo's going to need a song. But here's the thing. For those of you who don't know, Tracy Ellis Ross, the woman who thrust this thing into the current conversation, is the daughter of one Diana Ross. Yes, Diana Ross is her mother. Here is Tracy Ellis Ross. I didn't want it that big, but there we go. Tracy Ellis Ross, her mama is Diana Ross. You know.
I can't hold y'all. Y'all think she really that cute? I never really, like, if you really look at her face, like, she's not even really all that in her face. Like, her body is cool, but that face really ain't hitting like that for me. What do y'all think? Like, is that face really like that? Because for me, in her face, it just ain't like that.
You know, the Diana Ross, the diva, yes. And she has been in Hollywood, in popular entertainment for a long time. She was actually on a show called Girlfriends. Her and, you know, several other strong, independent, I don't need no man type, you know, black women. These shows have been with us forever. Okay, living single, girlfriends, you name it, we have it.
That's right.
And I will say that.
And if y'all don't know, Girlfriends, Living Singles, and shows like that was shows where you have multiple women living under one roof. No man. Multiple black women living under one roof. No man.
You know, she is an attractive woman. She has a very nice body, especially for you guys who like nice butts. She's funny, talented, comes from good stock, as it were. But she's been unmarried her entire life. And not too long ago, about a year or so ago, Oprah Winfrey, the progenitor of this whole concept, interviewed her. And the subject came up. Now, I'm not going to play the interview. It's available here on YouTube. Go around and look at it. But
I'm going to play the interview.
I, like many of us, was taught to grow up dreaming of my wedding, not of my life. And I spent many years dreaming of my wedding to the choir, and also waiting to be chosen. Well, here's the thing. I'm the chooser. And I can choose to get married if I want to, but in the meantime, I am choicefully single, happily, gloriously single.
And now when you look at that audience, you look at the women in that audience, more than likely they paid to be there. There's money being spent. That audience is full of women. Full of women. Like I say, it's the monetization. And Oprah, to me, Oprah is the king, queen of the whole thing. No kids, no husband. And let me ask y'all this. Y'all ever see Stedman? Do you ever see Stedman with Oprah anywhere? She wouldn't have kids with Stedman. You don't see Stedman with Oprah anyway. But what she did was mess up the mind of tons of black girls and black women. I would say Oprah, in my opinion, is the biggest mass weapon of racism ever to the black community besides abortions. Because her whole thing is don't get married, don't have kids, just make money. And it's worked. So many women want to be Oprah. And it's real sick, but let's keep going. Let's keep going.
It's come back around this season in the magazine. On the cover of Shape magazine, Tracee Ellis Ross shared some notes on cultivating a productive relationship with loneliness. So this video, I'm going to be talking to women over 30 years old, to my professional women, my productive, competitive, successful women, presumably competitive. Presumably competitive. Productive, I'll give you. Successful, I'll give that. Competitive, I'm going to leave that out there. Are they truly PCS? They're PS, but maybe not PCS. And these women are professionals. Okay?
If you think your child may have autism, it's important to act quickly. At Action Behavior Centers, we want to reduce barriers to diagnostics.
Here we go.
Them damn Red Bulls.
Reflecting on relationships, Ross says, people can be in wonderful relationships, but can't really reap the joy of that connection. Because you can have all the good stuff, but if you don't know how to be with it, it doesn't matter. I realize that I hold the idea of wholeness in great reverence and respect because my goal is to have an experience with myself that is whole.
Well spoken, but unhappy. Same thing in that recent interview.
And it goes on. And here's the thing. Kudos to you, Tracee Ellis Ross. Kudos to you, Oprah Winfrey, and all the predecessors in this line of thinking. I'm strong, independent, don't need no man, but I would like one if one came along. But here's the problem I have with this sentiment. It generally comes from women who are in entertainment or who are in entertainment. These women are typically in some form of media.
You know, but when I look at it again too, they're also the RNs. You know, and the thing about, you know, the RNs and, you know, the women that make decent money is the first thing they want to go do is brag about their degrees and brag about the homes that they bought. And the crazy part is they go out, they buy these houses, they're bogged down on the student loan debt, and they can't even really afford the lifestyle that they want to show people that they're living. You know, that's why even when they talk about dating, they get mad because they're saying, I need a man to come in and pay my bills. You know, that's the first thing they do is talk about, I need a man to come in and pay my bills. I need a man to come, you know, help me out. I refuse to go 50-50. It's like the dumbest game ever. You don't want to go 50-50. You just want the man to come in and pay everything, but you got money. Guys, make this make sense. You meet a woman, I make my money, I don't need no man, I can do it on my own, but at the same time, tell you I need you to come in and pay 100% of the bills. Not half, but all. Make that make sense. But you independent, you strong, and you can do it on your own. But it's good to see that men are pushing back. You know, it's good to see that men have pushed back. Men ain't simping. Men ain't just throwing their money away, you know, just because she got a fat ass or some big titties. You know, it's, you know, the word is out. And I don't care. Like, fellas, y'all cannot allow these women to manipulate y'all into paying, you know, or into thinking that y'all are less than who y'all are because y'all don't want to pay for $200 dates, $300 dates, you know. And now, you know, they're complaining that men aren't showing up to men aren't coming to singles event. You know, men aren't taking them on expensive dates or buying, like, you know what I'm saying, outrageously, you know, priced anything. You know, but hold on, I got something else for y'all. Because we in overtime right now.
Your number one priority should be to get shredded while you still can.
I'm just gonna say it because I don't think anyone else is saying it. We need to rebrand singles events. Okay, there are some that are cute. There are, but majority of them are not so cute.
Fellas, welcome back to the channel. Today's story. Women are furious as men refuse to attend singles events.
Nope.
What was once a place filled with eager men is now 90% women, wondering where all the guys went. The truth? Men are done wasting their time, money, and energy on events that don't benefit them. And now, women are left shocked and frustrated. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because men walking away changes everything.
I went to a singles event last night, and I have to say it was the worst singles event I've ever been to. I had a horrible time, and here is why. So first of all, a little bit of backstory. I have been to so many singles events in the past.
They're happily single, but they're going to singles events. Make this make sense, guys?
To regular events by myself all the time. I'm fine with that. I'm happy with it. I actually enjoy it, okay? And last night I thought was going to be no different. I thought I was going to go there, enjoy myself, and even if I don't meet somebody, I'm still going to have a nice evening. First of all, everything is literally going wrong, right? And my nail is like chipping. I'm not happy with my makeup. My hair comes out crossier than right now, okay? It was like so bad, and I was not happy with my look. But basically it was a speed dating event but with food, and every course the men would kind of change tables and the women would stay seated. So every single table I was on, I was seated with people with like just terrible energy, men who were just really not my cup of tea, who just I would never date in 1,000 years. And I actually...
But you there. The guys are there, just not the ones that you want. And more than likely, the ones that you want aren't checking for you. Crazy world.
Came across a few people that, you know, like when you sit next to someone and they kind of suck your energy. I had this several times. So many people were so negative, and I was just completely over it. I was just like, you know what? I just don't want to be here right now. I stayed, and I was not happy I stayed. I almost got into an argument with one of the men, and I thought, you know what? These kinds of people are not ready for a woman like me. They don't understand what's really going on. I want more. Okay, so I was not happy with the selection. Not one of those men in there.
But you heard us say, I want more. They always want more. But you know what? I got something for that. When they want more, I got something for them. I got exactly what they need. Because a lot of dudes won't say it, but one thing y'all should know, I will. I'll let them know exactly what they need and what exactly what they can do. Now, let me pull it up right quick. I'm gonna let y'all see how this works. I'm gonna let y'all show how to do it. I'm gonna show y'all. Let's see. Because, you know, they go around and think they better than us and they can just pretty much dictate everything. But what we gotta understand is we got power too. But we gotta use our power, and we can't be afraid. We can't be afraid. You know, you gotta stand up for yourself, fellas. I'm trying to find this video, and we're gonna go out straight like this. So give me a second, and make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. For the people that's watching, make sure y'all like, y'all subscribe, y'all tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. Cause your boy is trying to build this channel. I'm trying to find this last video, and we gonna go out on this video right here. Okay, let me see. How can I blow this video up? Okay, hold on. See, y'all got me over here. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me do that right there. Man, she was giving him the blues. Okay. That's that. Where we at? No thanks. I'm trying to find this last video. What is it saying? Repeats the 19th Amendment. What's the 19th Amendment? Let me know. Repeat. You let me know what it is. I'm gonna have to look this up right here. I know exactly what to tell them. I'm gonna let y'all watch me find it. Y'all walk with me. Tell me what I'm looking for. In the comments, tell me what I'm looking for. If y'all know what I'm finna do, y'all.
So I would say balance. You both equally contribute, whether it's emotionally, physically.
Okay. Yeah, we finna get it cracking.
You both have,
I don't know why there's two videos playing at the same time though. Man, I'm trying to get it cracking for y'all before we leave. Before we leave, I wanna leave on a funny good note. Okay. I'm trying, y'all. They killing me. I don't know why it's double playing. That's what was killing me. I don't know why it's double playing. Let me go back to my YouTube, and we gonna try one more time. Then we gonna get up out of here. I thank y'all for staying. You know, we on overtime. We experimenting on overtime. So it's like, why is it two videos playing at the same time? That's that's crazy work. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna look for it on TikTok. I'm gonna look for it on TikTok and see if it's over on TikTok. Let's see what I'm looking for. Can I find what I'm looking for on TikTok? Hey, this is my TikTok channel too. So y'all make sure y'all tap into my TikTok right here. Y'all follow me on TikTok. This is my TikTok. Make sure y'all check your boy out. And let's see if I can find the video I'm looking for. And then we're gonna get up out of this bad boy. Like I said, I do a lot of reviews and stuff on TikTok. That's really one of the main things I do. I will be going next weekend. I will be in Thailand, and I'll be doing a live from Thailand. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. Let's see, is this right? No, I don't think that's it. I think that's the old one. Let's see. But I can't wait to hit.
I'm 40 and he was checking a lot of the boxes. So height, very clean. I smelled him before he even came.
Okay, God, I don't know what's going on. All I know is when I'm trying to play one video, there's another video playing in the background, and it's killing my vibe. I ain't gonna hold you. So I thought I could get out of here on the funny one, but I can't. So, hey, all you gotta do is tell them, stay single. You might be good at it. It's your boy, The Cool Reviews.